When I walked into the house that night, the air felt wrong. Too still, too clean. Like someone had tried to scrub away guilt but failed to remove the scent. I found my 5-year-old niece on the living room floor, barely breathing, her lips blue, her tiny hand twitching against the hardwood. Her doll lay beside her, one glass eye cracked open, staring at me. My sister-in-law stood over her, holding a glass of wine, smiling. She was being bad, she said. I just disciplined her a little. Don't be so dramatic. Her tone was casual, as if we were discussing spilled milk. But there was something else in her eyes, something sharp, glittering, and pleased. I didn't respond. I just knelt beside the child and dialed 911. My fingers moved on instinct, detached, while my mind lagged behind, refusing to catch up. When the paramedics arrived, their movements froze mid-step. One of them looked at my sister-in-law, then at the bruises, the burns, the trembling body on the floor. He leaned in close to me as they lifted my niece onto the stretcher. His voice barely existed, more breath than sound. "Sir," he whispered, "this isn't the first time she's done this." And in that moment, I realized it wasn't an accident, it was a pattern. In the waiting room, fluorescent lights flickered like dying stars. The clock's hands didn't move, yet every second screamed. She sat across from me, scrolling through her phone, unconcerned. The faint reflection of emergency lights danced across her face like a cruel halo. "I think you're overreacting," she said finally. "Kids get hurt. It happens." Her words slid through me, cold and slow. I said nothing, but my mind began assembling pieces, like broken glass forming an image I didn't want to see. The bruises I'd noticed before, the fear in my niece's eyes when she reached for her aunt's hand, the way my brother had always defended his wife, too eagerly. She wasn't disciplining, she was experimenting, testing boundaries, seeing how far she could go before someone noticed. And my brother? He noticed nothing. Or maybe he chose not to. When the doctor finally approached, I stood. But his expression wasn't relief, it was warning. "You should prepare yourself," he said softly. "She's stable, but there are signs of older injuries. Someone's been hurting her for a long time." My sister-in-law's jaw tightened. Then she smirked. "How dare you accuse?" But he didn't accuse. He just looked at me, as if he knew I already understood. Over the next few days, I played my part perfectly. The grieving uncle, the helpful brother-in-law, calm, cooperative, trustworthy. I thanked the police, I comforted my brother, I brought flowers to the hospital, and I listened. To whispers, to stories from neighbors, to my niece when she finally woke up and clutched my hand, trembling, whispering through broken breaths. "She locks me in the closet when you're not home." Something inside me stopped moving. I didn't rage, didn't scream. I planned. I started collecting things, quietly. Photos, medical reports, recordings, the paramedic statement, the doctor's private notes. And then something else surfaced, an old social worker's file, buried in an archive. It wasn't her first case of discipline. There had been others. 2 children, different states. Both cases mysteriously dropped after settlements. Money, manipulation, charm. She'd survived this before, but not this time. I waited until my brother came home from the hospital. His face was gray, his faith intact, his judgment clouded. "She didn't mean it," he said. "She just lost control." "She always loses control," I replied. He looked at me, searching for compassion. I gave him none. That night, I left a file on the kitchen table, her medical records, the paramedic report, the signed testimonies. At the bottom, the photograph of my niece's bruised back. I watched from the hallway as he opened it. Silence filled the air like a scream held too long. When she came downstairs and saw what he was reading, her mask cracked. "You went through my things?" she spat. No, I said from the shadows. I went through your past. Her face drained of color. My brother looked between us, realization dawning too late. She reached for him. He stepped back. I made one phone call, to the same paramedic who had whispered to me that night. Within hours, the authorities arrived. She screamed, begged, accused. My brother broke apart in silence, his belief collapsing like wet paper. When they took her away, she turned to me. "You set me up," she hissed. I stepped closer. "No," I said. "I just stopped pretending not to see." Her eyes widened. For the first time, I saw fear in them. Not of pain, but of exposure. And I understood that truth was the only punishment she'd never prepared for. It's been 3 weeks. My niece sleeps peacefully now, her small hand curled around the same doll, the crack sealed with glue. My brother doesn't speak to me. That's fine. He'll either drown in denial or crawl toward redemption. His choice. As for me, I still hear the paramedics whisper sometimes, echoing through the quiet. This isn't the first time she's done this. No, but it was the last. And that's enough.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and comment. Subscribe now to Cheating Stories Insight World for more amazing stories.